Hello, and welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Bob Serino, and I'm so grateful that you chose to practice with us today. Here at YSI, we do yoga different. A lot of people just think about yoga as the outer practice of how we put our body in space. But at the Yoga Studies Institute, we focus on combining the inner world with the outer world, which is what yoga was originally intended to be. It's yoga that changes your world, not just your body. We source our information from the most classic and authentic texts in yoga, and we offer that to you through daily meditations, through daily asana practices, and through a rich assortment of courses on our platform. So if you want to dig in and truly experience yoga and feel happier and healthier and full of purpose, then you've come to the right place. Develop a daily practice with us and see the change for yourself.
Welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Lydia, and today we're going to do a 30-minute Dharma yoga practice. To get started, let's look at Master Patanjali's chapter 1, verse 43 of the Yoga Sutra, where he says, "Stay in that one pure thought and never forget it. The single most important thing, that things are empty of being what they are by themselves. This is the clear light beyond all conceptual thought." So here, Master Patanjali is telling us that things are empty of being what they are by themselves. Emptiness doesn't mean blackness or that nothing exists. And it also doesn't mean that good actions or bad actions don't matter. It only means that what we thought was there isn't there. So throughout this class, let's go ahead and be scientists and challenge ourselves to see if things are empty. We can use ourselves as the test subject, and let's observe the labels that we put on ourselves throughout this class. We can consider the labels we put on ourselves and see if they're true. Where did they come from? And let's just recognize what's coming up. We don't need to feel bad or judge ourselves, but rather just observe. Nothing that comes up is wrong. We're just going to notice. So go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your hands together at heart center. Let's take a few inhales and exhales here. On the inhale, going from the heart center up to the third eye. And on the exhale, from the third eye down to the heart center. We'll begin with an Om. Inhale. Om. Coming to the top of our mat, we'll get started with some sun salutations. Keeping our feet together, legs engaged, tucking our tailbone. We'll bring our hands together at heart center. Bringing our arms up and back. Hands down to the mat, Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. We're just getting started. Right leg steps back, right knee drops down, looking up. Hands on the mat, left leg comes back. We'll do knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Coming through, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Tucking our toes, coming back to a downward facing dog. Arms engaged. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. No worries. Stepping forward with our right foot in between the hands. Left knee drops down, looking up. Left foot steps forward to meet the top of the mat. Uttanasana. Palms together. Arms come up and back. Hands together at the center of the chest. Again, arms up and back. Hands down to the mat. Uttanasana. Left leg steps back, left knee drops down, looking up. Palms on the mat. Right foot steps back again, knees, chest, chin, down to the mat. Coming through, cobra, tucking our toes, pushing back, downward facing dog. You can bob up and down a few times, bending the knees. Left leg steps forward in between the hands, right knee drops down, looking up. Right foot steps forward to meet the left at the top of the mat. Uttanasana. Palms together, arms come up and back, hands to the center of the chest. Again, arms up and back, hands down to the mat. Uttanasana. This time we'll grab our elbows behind our calves. You can bend your knees, really making sure that the chest and the thighs meet. You want to have your face close to your knees or your shins. And then from here, if it's available to you, go ahead and begin to extend the knees, straightening the legs, lowering the arms down the shins. Placing our hands on the mat, right foot steps back, right knee drops down. Again, we can look up, placing our right foot on the mat. Let's interlace our hands, pushing our left thigh away from the body, opening our chest, looking up. We allow our hips to sink down towards the mat. Engage your right leg, your right buttocks. If this feels really comfortable for you, go ahead. Maybe today you want to do cactus arms or taking Kali Mudra, arms straight. Releasing our arms down to the mat. Stepping our left leg back, a nice strong plank. You can do knees, chest, and chin, or full chaturanga. Coming through to up dog or cobra. Really engaging the back of the body. Tucking our toes. Coming back, downward facing dog. Again, take a moment here. You can move the body up and down a little bit, imagining the crown of your head was able to touch the mat. Taking a big step forward with our left leg in between the hands, we'll come up to warrior one. Looking forward, dropping our shoulders down and back, palms together. As we move into warrior two, you can adjust the back leg if you need to. And this is a great place to begin observing. What are you thinking about? What are your thoughts and your emotions? What are you thinking about yourself? What label are you using? And we'll just begin to observe. Spiraling our hands down to the mat, we lower our right knee, making a nice little 90-degree angle box. We're going to take our left hand up, crossing over the outside of our left thigh, bringing our palms together. We begin to twist to the left. You can go ahead and stay here. We're putting a little bit more weight into that front left leg. Maybe bring that right leg off the mat. Straightening the leg, everybody twisting, looking up towards the ceiling. Releasing our hands down to the mat, walking our left foot heel toe out to the side. We begin to rock forward and back, preparing for lizard pose. Lowering our right knee down to the mat. Let's lower our right forearm and our left forearm if that's available. And just looking forward, kind of imagining the lizard. Their belly is close to the ground. Their arms and legs allow them to be close to the ground as they look up. Keeping the left leg close to the side of the body. Releasing this pose, we come up. We're just going to shift our weight back over the right leg. Left leg is extended. We'll do half Hanumanasana. You can use your hands as a support and just begin to lower your core towards your leg. We don't want to do any hunching over action. Try to reach the head forward and lean down from the belly. Giving our left hamstring some love. Again, here, notice the labels you're putting on yourself. Don't get frustrated or upset. Just notice and then let them fall away. Let's release this pose, coming forward. Both hands at the front of our mat. Left foot steps back to a nice strong plank. You can do knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga, coming through bhujangasana or up dog. Rolling the shoulders back, tucking our toes, coming back. Downward facing dog. Really allowing motion from the sit bones all the way through the arms. You can engage the abdomen, pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Taking a big step forward with our right foot in between our palms. Coming up to warrior one. Looking forward, keeping our shoulders down and back. As we open into warrior two, maybe begin to embrace your spiritual warrior. Tapping into your bravery and your courage to reach for your highest yogic goals. Observe how your labels change. Spiraling both hands down to the mat, lowering our left knee down to the mat, we create a nice little 90-degree angle box. Crossing our left hand over on the outside of our right thigh, putting our palms together. We twist towards the ceiling. You can extend that back leg if that's available to you. Everybody pulling the belly button towards the spine, twisting a little further. Releasing our hands down to the mat. Heel toe that right leg out to the side. And we can rock back and forth, looking forward as we prepare for a variation of lizard pose. Dropping our right knee and right foot down to the mat. You can lower your left forearm, your right forearm, and begin to look forward. Again, imagining a lizard in the desert or the jungle. What do they look like? Keeping that right leg close to the right side of the body. Releasing this pose, coming up. Switching our weight back over the left side, straightening our right leg. Again, elongating the back through the crown as we begin to lower down in half Hanumanasana. Trying to get the belly and the chest towards the knee and the thigh. Giving our right hamstring love and attention. Thanking it for all it does for us. Releasing this pose, bringing our hands to the front of the mat. Right foot steps back, nice strong plank. You can do knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Coming through, cobra or up dog. Tucking our toes, we'll go back to a downward facing dog. Sit bones are up towards the sky. Our head is relaxed. And just observe your thoughts, your feelings. Stepping forward with our right foot in between the hands. Left knee drops down, and we look up. Placing our left foot on the ground, we can interlace our hands, pushing that right thigh away from the body. Engaging the left leg and the left buttocks. If this is easy or comfortable for you, maybe you want to jump to the cactus arms or interlacing your hands for Kali Mudra, arms straight up and down. Releasing our hands down to the mat. Left foot steps forward, meeting our right at the top. Uttanasana. Grabbing our elbows behind our shins. Keeping the chest and thighs together. The face close to the knees and the shins. If it's available to you, then begin to extend your legs. Lowering your forearms. Just observe whatever's coming up and let it fall away. Releasing this pose, hands together, arms coming up and back. Hands to the center of the chest. Very good. Let's go ahead and lie down on our mat, on our backs. With our palms up, our feet relaxed. Let's take a moment to breathe in the very best of the best and exhale all impurities. Putting our palms down on the mat, we'll prepare for Halasana and Salamba Sarvangasana, plow pose, and shoulder stand. So with our hands firmly on the mat, we'll bring our legs up and back. We can bend our knees as much as we need to, kind of allowing them to touch the sides of our ears. From here, we will interlace our hands, rocking on the tippy top of our shoulders. And then from here, if it's available to you, we'll go ahead and extend our legs. Bringing the hips up and back. Bringing our hands to our back, the middle or upper back. We'll lift one leg at a time, coming into shoulder stand. Keeping your eyes closed. Bring your attention to that space between the eyebrows. You can imagine a rose or a lotus. Releasing our knees down to the sides of our ears. Interlacing our hands one more time. You can stay here or extending the legs. Halasana, cloud pose. Releasing your hands, putting your palms on the mat. Lowering the back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll put our hands underneath our hips, allowing the feet to come down to the mat, propping ourselves up on our elbows, taking Matsyasana, fish pose, allowing our head to drop back, touching the mat, chest wide open, offering up to the sky. Releasing this pose, coming down to the mat, lying down on our back, bringing our feet to our sit bones, firmly placed on the mat. Our hands on the outside of our ankles. We'll go ahead and grab our ankles on the outside. And we'll do Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. To begin, we'll push our pelvis up towards the ceiling, rocking on the tippy top of our shoulders. You can stay here or putting our hands next to our ears on the inhale, coming to the top of our head, placing our palms on the mat. On the next inhale, we'll push up, trying to get the shoulders over the wrists, arms straight. Releasing down, back of the head to the mat, shoulders back. Let's hug our legs into our chest as we rock from side to side. Coming back to center, we can go ahead and use our legs to sit up. We'll do Paschimottanasana, bringing our hands over our head, bending our knees as much as we need to. We begin to fold forward. You can hug your elbows underneath your knees. If your thighs and chest are touching, then you can gently begin to extend your legs, always working according to your condition. Maybe you'd like to grab your ankles or your heels. Bringing our attention to the base of the spine, our first energy center. Just observe. Release in this pose, looking up. Let's cross our right foot over the left with our right hand behind us, a nice tall back. Left arm extends, crossing over on the outside of our right leg. We twist to the right, looking over our shoulder. Allowing our head to come back to center. Release. We'll do the other side. Left leg crossing over the right. Left hand behind us, nice tall back. Right arm extends and then crosses over the outside of our left leg, twisting. Trying to get your chin over that left arm. Releasing the gaze back to center. Releasing the pose. Lying down in Savasana, our final pose. With your eyes closed, your palms up, your feet relaxed. Take your attention to the center of your chest. And recall the intention we set at the beginning of class. To observe the labels we put on ourselves. Are they empty? Is there something there that we mistakenly thought? As we allow the layers of our body to slough away, and we connect with our innermost self, listening to that wise voice. What do we hear now? What do we feel? What do we think? Is there a loving, compassionate nature that you are able to connect with now? Begin to move your fingers and your toes, coming back to this space. When you're ready, roll to your right hand side. Take a moment here before you come up to seated. Any seated position that is comfortable for you is perfect for this moment. We'll bring our hands to the center of our chest. Exhale completely. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive. All is within. Thank you so much for joining me today in our class. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.